Global share markets weren't able to make it 8 straight weekly gains last week, although they did pare back some of the losses with gains on Friday's trading. Financial shares have struggled a little bit over the past few months, and last week we did see Goldman Sachs indicate a pretty big drop in profits for the fourth quarter of 2010. In other news, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations has released its latest Global Food Price Index for global agricultural commodities. This is at all-time highs and has now surpassed the highs we did see in 2008 during the peak of the commodities boom. This has seen some agricultural ministers from the EU going to the G20 and asking for them to put in some measures to try and ensure that we don't see further volatility down the track. Some of these measures may include some hedging products and derivative products, which should help to smooth out some of the ebbs and flows we have been seeing in prices recently. Last week, global equity markets didn't respond that well to the host of information that came out of the Chinese economy. Last week, the Chinese announced that economic growth was 9.8% in the third quarter of 2010. This strong economic growth came at a time when inflationary pressures remain to be fairly in check for the time being. This should be good news for the global economy and also good news for global equity markets. However, markets didn't respond that well, and we also saw less appetite for global commodity currencies such as the Kiwi and Australian dollars. This has seen the Kiwi drop over the past week, and on Monday morning we are just trading shy of 76 cents against the US dollar and at 47.5 against the Great British Pound. The US beef market continues to look very strong, and last week we did see US domestic cow prices surge to record highs. This has also supported US imported cow prices, which are now trading at close to $2 per pound, which is an all-time high as recorded by an NZX AgriFax. The short-term outlook for the US beef market is looking pretty good, although it is likely that we will see a supply response in time. This isn't likely to happen for the short term, but could happen over the next 2 to 3 years and should be something that we will watch closely here in New Zealand. However, in the short term, we are forecasting that US beef prices will stay strong, and in turn, this will see an increase in New Zealand scheduled prices over the next couple of weeks.